I've been an Oura customer since 2017, and I was excited when I heard that finally the Oura Ring 3 was coming out. Ordering the Oura 3 and upgrading from the version 2 was a mistake, and in this video I'll explain why. This isn't my first Oura product. I've had 4 rings, 3 of which I have right here. The first fell off my finger while I was kiteboarding and sank to the bottom of the ocean. That one's gone. But their support was kind and offered to replace it at a discounted rate. I took them up on it, and that ring did great for a while, until one day I updated the firmware as their support team suggested, and it stopped connecting to my phone. The app no longer recognized it, and after going through all these troubleshooting steps, they sent me a new one. This was in 2021. And that's when things started really going downhill for Oura. As I and many others have noticed, the build quality just isn't what it used to be. I got that new one, and it wasn't long before that one started having problems as well. Don't get me wrong, I was a big Oura proponent since I got my first ring in 2017, and it really revolutionized health and wellness tracking, but not anymore. So here are my biggest complaints with the new Oura. First, they promised a bunch of new features coming out in 2022. Period tracking doesn't do anything for me. Second of all, the support and engineering have gone way downhill. I pre-ordered in October 2021 and didn't get my ring until the middle of December. But that's not all. Sometimes I'd wait a week or even 2 weeks just to get a response from the support team. And they charged me more than they were supposed to, which took surprisingly long to get worked out. As I mentioned, the firmware updates and the software updates have been mediocre at best. And this is for a company that's raised a round of funding and is supposed to be doing better and better. There's a feature called Moment, which measures your biometrics in real time, so you can see how something like a meditation session impacts your resting heart rate, your skin temperature, or your heart rate variability. And I found that feature, it would let me start the session, but when I went to retrieve my data at the very end, it wouldn't be there. There would be an error, or it would get stuck loading. And that's the other thing. The connection between the phone and the ring is spotty for the Generation 2 rings that were closer towards the Gen 3 release. A major drawback that I cannot forget is that Oura now charges a membership fee for new users. If you didn't upgrade to the Gen 3, you're going to be looking at a $5.99 monthly membership. That's right, $72 every year. So it's not long before the Oura Ring becomes more expensive than the Apple Watch and most of the competitors, and at the same time not providing as much utility as something like an Apple Watch. Longtime Oura users will also notice a strange tab in the bottom right corner of the app, and it's called Explore. And while it was there for Generation 2, it seems that the company has put most of their focus into improving their library of meditations, mindfulness tracks, and the like. Not something I'm necessarily looking for in my wearable. So let's make this video catch Oura's attention and gently tap that like button so that they see this video and improve the quality of their product. One last thing is that the battery life of the new rings is significantly less than the old ones. I used to average 6 to 7 days on my Generation 2 Oura, and now I get between 3, max 4 days out of a single charge. And I've talked to other users who are experiencing the same thing. But it's not all bad. There are a few things I like about the new Oura Ring, or I wouldn't have pre-ordered it in the first place. The data is more accurate, judging by the way I actually feel, and then also from my other wearables, such as my Garmin smartwatch and the Biostrap. So it seems that the claims that the sleep tracking, the recovery tracking, and even the workout equivalent miles and calories burned all seem to be a tad better. One long-awaited feature is the ability to see our daytime heart rate. Yes, a very old metric that most health and fitness trackers have shown for many years. But now Oura finally brought that on board. And it's nice, but it's not very well polished and could still use some serious work. Few of these new features have actually come out. Mostly, it's Oura's word that they'll be released at some point in 2022. All that we have right now is daytime heart rate tracking and period cycle prediction. So if you're looking for a new device, what do I suggest? Not the Oura Ring 3. Even if you're an existing user and you can avoid the membership model, which you can if you're watching this in 2022, I still don't recommend the Oura 3. It's just not a big improvement for what you get, and in some ways, it's actually a regression. So if you can wait, there's some pretty cool things coming out in 2022. I'd stay tuned. But if you really want to upgrade now and get a wearable, I recommend several alternatives. First is the Apple Watch, because the biometric accuracy has gone up significantly and it's very versatile. You can use it for all kinds of things. Second, and my favorite, is the Biostrap, because in my testing, it's been the most accurate and there's no membership model. But if you're okay with a membership model, you can also choose the Whoop, which has no upfront cost, but I think it's a $30 per month membership, which is steep if you're planning on keeping this device for a long time. But the Whoop is a good choice for athletes. There you have it. I hope this has been useful for you and that I've made you reconsider getting the new Oura Ring 3. That is, until Oura decides to upgrade both their hardware and software.